Welcome back to the Musketeers podcast. Bro, you can't just... Fuck you think I am? You think I'm just a puppet? You go.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Musketeers podcast. Today with myself, Anderson.
Jose.
I didn't like that. I was out of it.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Musketeers podcast. Today with myself, Anderson, Cyan, and Jose.
That's the order.
Yeah. So you say his name?
We all
We'll say
it's
each
always the
other's
same
name.
order.
Okay.
Oh, again, that was
Yeah.
too perfect. You
Wait,
can't.
wait.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Musketeers podcast. Today we have myself, Anderson, Cyan, Jose.
It's
Fuck!
not
It's not that hard,
Back
nigga.
to Musketeers podcast. Yeah, myself.
Okay. It's not a poem.
Let's go. I got it.
Wait.
I got it.
2, 1. Welcome back to the Musketeers podcast. Today we have myself, Anderson, Cyan, Jose.
Boom. We got it.
Today, we're going to be talking about our thoughts on 2023 and our thoughts on the year that's about
The
to
energy
arrive.
went.
Yeah, we're from.
Damn.
Today, we're going to be talking about But yeah, this is probably going to be the last episode that we're going to post this year.
Ever.
So chill. So
I
we
mean-
decided to talk about just our thoughts on the year that we've had and our plans for the next year. And, you know,
You'll
all of-
see. Let's talk. They don't need bros.
Can you get out? We're thinking about getting a new musketeer
Yeah.
next year.
Send your resume.
Send your resumes, a little motivation letter, and, you know.
your CV.
Yeah.
So, 2023.
Can you get back over here? You're still on. Your contract isn't over yet.
It ends on the 1st of January,
Where it all starts for you.
where it all starts for you.
Yeah. 2023
Was a year
It
Of-
was a year.
of 365 days.
yeah
12 months.
months. Each month having that wouldn't be
55 weeks.
52 weeks. What?
52.
55 weeks?
Yeah, it felt longer than that.
Dumbass.
That's why I didn't speak, bro. Just
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like it was a very interesting year, at least for me, for my personal development, for my growth.
what you mean?
I don't know how you feel.
What you mean?
What do I mean?
How do you feel like you grew?
I feel like
How did you feel at the beginning of 2023? How do you feel now?
at the beginning of 2023, I knew, I don't know, I think it was weird where I was still getting used to kind of living alone.
Yeah.
I had like cooking was still not a part of my daily
Still a thing,
routine.
yeah.
Still, yeah.
I know I got I got skinnier when I got here. Yeah, and just getting that routine between school, going to the gym, the podcast, learning those habits and getting really into that rhythm took a bit of a while. And I feel like today it's a lot more simple. And it was also an interesting year because I got my first job and I've been working for almost 7 months now. So I got that first professional experience. And it's interesting because now I can't really see myself not working. I had to diminish my hours, obviously, because during summer I worked
Too much.
too much. All day, every day, weekdays, weekends, I was always working because it was just a goal of mine to work and to make some money. But now that I diminished my hours, it actually feels weird that I have too much time free on my weekends. And yeah, I just feel like that was my first taste of the professional world and what awaits me in the future. Because now I'm going to have to stop working, but next year I have my 6-month internship. So I'm just going to continue. And what's interesting is that it's going to be something more in line with what I actually want to do. Because right now I just found a random job at an ice cream parlor, which was great, obviously. But to be able to work in business, which is what I actually want to do.
A lot of free ice cream, thank you.
A lot of free ice cream.
But I think honestly, this summer I only paid for one ice cream, and it was the
I don't
first
think I-
one,
I don't think I
and I
paid
got a
for ice cream.
discount.
I don't think I paid for ice cream at all.
Yeah, I mean,
You were working there, so.
but yeah, that's how I feel. Just, I feel like it's a transition year towards me truly becoming kind of a grown up, you know?
Mm.
in the second year of my bachelor's finally after a full year of actually living alone. And I don't know, how do you feel about that?
I feel like same thing for you. I feel like end of 2022, it was like all the expectations I had for university, living alone. I don't want to say they were shattered, but it was definitely like a shock of whoa, this is not what I expected directly, and it was having to change that mindset. And 2023 feels like I've started to come to my own. You know, like uh, the experiences I've been able to have through the internship when I went to Nepal, um, working a month as at Total, and joining the association and the federation. Um,
No, don't just say that. What association?
so International Business Society,
Okay.
association in my school. You know, we focus on developing business opportunities in emerging countries and continents, specifically in Africa for this year.
You gotta tell them.
And I'm also the vice president.
Vice president?
I was just trying to show off.
No, I'm also the vice president.
Flex.
I'm the vice president for the African and Caribbean Students Federation. And I feel like that was also really partially because of the internship in Nepal. Like, I actually got to talk to some really interesting people, and I just realized like actually what I want to do and the steps I have to take to make it happen. And so this year was like, honestly, it was also a lot of like discomfort. It was going outside my comfort zone and trying to figure it out, and finding that it's okay to maybe get a few things like wrong, or maybe not doing everything right away. And yeah, I feel like for you it's the exact same thing. It feels like I'm transitioning to a more mature version of myself, and kind of like what I want future Anderson to be.
Mm-hmm. That thing you mentioned about getting out of your comfort zone, I could definitely relate to that. During my job, I had to interact a lot with strangers, just talking to people. And then after a while, you get used to it. You start making jokes with your clients. You start talking in languages that you're not necessarily comfortable in because there's a lot of tourists. And I feel like that really helped me to improve my confidence in general. Like today at school, when it comes to presentations, I'm like one of the most confident people compared to my colleagues, which, when I remember my high school days, I freaking hated presentations. I was terrible.
Bro, just talking about that. And it is because of working and having to interact with other people. Yesterday and today, I went into 2 presentations. You saw me work on them, but I had no preparation. I didn't learn them. I wrote down what I wanted to say, but I got there and I just spoke, and it was perfect. And
Okay, flex on us like that.
no, but it's just like, I think what you're saying about this year, for some reason, I feel like for me it was last year when I was in Porto. I feel like I had that first experience of having to get out of my comfort zone. Because I feel like that's when it started. Like I always push to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like that's when it started. It was Porto. And for some reason, that feeling of like I'm getting more mature and I'm learning to deal with people and I'm learning to all these different things, I feel it was like last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year just enhanced it, per se. And maybe having to deal with living alone and dealing with, I don't have my parents here. But like, it's just, I feel like it just added to the feeling that you guys are talking about.
But I understand your situation since you grew up your whole life in Angola.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you were 17, you moved to Porto. That was your first real experience outside of your comfort zone. It just happened to come a year before us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense.
But it's interesting. But this year, I liked it. It was fun. We did what we wanted to do. Like, I mean, even though the podcast started in 2022, this was the year when we actually did it.
Yeah.
And it's just, like you said, it's like we're taking a step towards what we want to do. And I think that's really good, especially because none of us actually not like this, because we like talking to each other. But just like posting and having people's opinions. It's just crazy. The other day,
that was like the biggest step out of our comfort zone.
Everybody texting us like, what? But it's funny because at the same time, it's always something that we've wanted to do. Like we had discussed it for years.
And just like each time I get like we got 20,000 views, just like, yeah,
No.
100,000 is that, and then yeah. No, but just that each time I get a video like that, I'm like, why
Whoa.
the
It's happened
hell
a
am
few
I
times,
doing
but
this?
it's still surprising every time.
And it's like it's a wake up call. It's like, what? Why the hell am I doing this? Like people know my opinions and people see what I'm doing.
And it's
Yeah.
also like it's been interesting to see how also us as a group, because I mean we want to work together in the
Yeah.
future, but I've always had in the back of my head, yeah, but like we don't know until like stuff actually starts happening. And I'm really glad of the way we handle things. Anytime there's a problem, we're actually just willing to put it on the table and discuss it honestly, because even the critiques that we get, like sometimes it is just hate, and you know we gotta learn the game. But it's like we always take it, and we're able to joke around and have fun, and
Honestly,
And
just
yeah.
because I have you guys alone, I wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to
for
take
sure.
it. But yeah, but other than that, I don't know. Just track and field, for example. It's not. I'm not gonna talk about it per se, like just track and field, but what it did to me. I started last year, and I don't know what it is, but it's just like it gave me a sense of strength. Like I don't. It's stupid because it's like it's just like my mental strength is like, oh, I'm gonna finish this workout, but it translated to something else and to something bigger. It's like even the podcast, I think I would have given up before. Just like I'm not getting the numbers I want, I'm not getting the stuff I want. It's like, why am I doing this? And just like track and field, it gave me that perseverance, and not just track and field. This year in itself gave me that perseverance. It was like you don't quit until you make it, and then you can stop if you want to, but it's just like you get it there.
I mean, if I were beating people who've been doing this for their whole lives in 1 year, I would be pretty confident myself, bro.
Yeah.
But nah, it's just like I think that's what this year taught me is perseverance. Don't give up. I like that.
And what are your expectations for the next year? This isn't New Year's resolutions or anything like that, because we all know that's bullshit. All right? It is bullshit because
You end up never doing it.
like at the beginning of the year, it's hilarious. Like go into the gym in January, it's gonna be full, completely
Yeah.
full. The first 2 weeks of January, because it's gonna be all the people telling, you know, who had the resolution of working out every day or improving their mental health or whatever. And then
People just
they
give
get
up.
back to reality. It's not
Yeah.
as easy as saying it on New Year's and
Yeah.
then not going through it. But it's still good to have some objectives and think
Honestly,
about what you might do next year.
my goals next year are just taking the next step for what we want to do. Like this was the one step. I just want to take the next step, the next big step.
You know what I started doing? It's not like New Year's resolutions, but it's kind of like long term.
Yeah.
Like I'll set, like I won't even give it a time. It's just like something that I want to achieve. And I actually did like take a step into kind of everything that I had set,
Yeah, me too.
and I think it's just interesting that it seems like everything that we talk about, no matter how kind of long it may take, it feels like
It's
we're
happening.
getting there. It's just that things
It
sometimes
takes longer than
expected.
You
One
think
year
in your
isn't
mind.
that much.
It's
Like it
nothing.
seems like a
Yeah.
lot, but it's not that much.
And yeah, I think next year I just expect us to do better.
And
For next year, it's gonna be hard with everything we'll have going on, but I really do believe in this podcast and what we can build. No, but it's true. Like I feel like we can bring something new to the table, and I don't know, like
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
to look back on our year is also just as simple as looking back on the podcast. Honestly,
For
look at where we were at the beginning of the year.
For real.
It's hard to watch one of those videos.
can't.
Like you watch one of those videos and you see how even in the moment you didn't realize it, but you look a little bit uncomfortable, or just the way you talk isn't quite the same, and the numbers reflect that as well. The consistency, just everything. It
And-
really shows the evolution we went through.
and even just I think this podcast was a reflection of us finding ourselves a bit when we changed from English to Portuguese to
Mhm.
mixing
It really is.
and it was like it was us trying to, okay, yeah, it's kind of working. We see that people are liking this, trying to do what they like. But as soon as we do what they like, then we see that the numbers don't reflect. And after towards the end, like right now, we're just like, nah, we're going to do
What
whatever.
we like.
Yeah, what we like.
Because at the end of the day, what people like
Is
is
what
what we
we-
like as well.
Yeah.
That's what makes us unique. So trying to switch it up to please the audience isn't the solution. You know, if we got to where we are, it's because of how we started.
And that has given me a certain confidence. It's like I really shouldn't try to adapt to other people. Sometimes it's like I
Yeah.
have my opinion, I
Yeah.
have the way I think. And I'm not saying to be unflexible with what you think, but it's like sometimes it's just it is you
That's true.
and you got to keep going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
That is true. Last year, I just tried to adapt to people. Even when I changed schools, it was like trying to adapt to them because I found them here and that's their environment. So I should be like them. But that's not true because I felt out of place. And I
Oh.
feel like partially it was my fault.
God, is
Because-
that true?
Yeah, because I tried to adapt. And this year, I'm just like, I'm going to be me. I'm going to do my own thing. And people that want to come, they come.
Mm.
And that's how you find your people. That's how you do.
2023, that's how you do it.
Yes, sir. Keep it up for 2024.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I feel like 2024 is gonna be an uncomfortable year.
Me too.
It's gonna be weird because now we're getting used to everything here,
It's going to change a lot.
and now you got to do an internship abroad, right, for
Yeah.
4 to 6 months.
We're
And
going to
then-
be separated for
Yeah.
the first time in a bit.
Yeah,
No, for the first time ever. Like
I mean,
us
whenever all been through, yeah.
yeah. Because at least I had you in
Yeah,
Angola.
we always had at least one
Yeah.
of the.
of the Musketeers.
Yeah, for the first. I mean, maybe.
No, he's going to Italy anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, true,
So-
true, true. But yeah, we have that internship abroad or a partner university, and then after when I get back from that, I'll have to switch cities again. I
Oh,
won't
shit,
be able to
that's
come back to
true.
Paris.
I'll have an apprenticeship, so I'm gonna be in Lille for like half of the
Yeah.
month or something.
Yeah.
Shit's changing.
Yeah. But at the same time, it does feel so good. Like every time I feel like I reach another accolade, I feel like yes, you know, like I don't want to be the type of person that just talks and after doesn't really do it. I feel like I'm taking the necessary steps to get what I want.
I
you
think
know?
it's about that. You might not have completed all your targets and all your objectives for
Mm.
this year, for whenever, but as long as you know that you took the necessary steps, you're gonna get there eventually. You just
Yeah.
gotta keep going, keep trying. For example, the podcast. It took us, like, if you reflect on it, it took us 5 years to start it. Like around that.
No.
No, I know.
It
but
was like 2020.
it was like
That 3 years.
the first
Yeah,
note.
sure.
Yeah, we should try
the
to
first
find
note
that.
we
Yeah,
found.
well, I found it. Yeah.
Because we
But
No, but
talked
we
about
had
it
talked
before.
about
Yeah.
it.
We talked about it before.
It was like 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably around 2019 when we first threw out the idea of starting a podcast. And back then I was like, no way in hell. No way in hell am I gonna speak to some random people I don't even know.
And now this guy can't shut the mic.
Say that again.
Yo,
No.
But yeah.
a little bit of sexual tension.
Whoa.
But yeah, just I mean, we can conclude it here. I think this was for us. This was us talking, and it wasn't really for you guys to get out. No, but if you can take something out of this, it's just like as long. And I know this is really basic and really but as long as you keep trying and as long as you have that objective in mind and you try to take that necessary steps, even if sometimes you fall back and you stop going to the gym because you have to work, or you stop doing something because you have to do something else, just keep it in mind and take the next step to get there, and eventually you will.
Yeah, and seek discomfort.
Why are you promoting another brand?
I'm
bro?
not. It's just
I know.
I'm serious, like, and I've said it previously, but the things that you're more scared of to do, the things that make you
Are the ones that are
nervous,
gonna make you grow.
are probably the thing that are gonna bring you the most. So just do it. If you're scared, go like fuck it.
Whoa.
And do it.
Yes,
Aight.
sir. Nike said it.
We good?
Just do it.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
Se gostaram, gostaram. Se não gostaram, também gostaram. Foi um outro episódio. Concluímos
You say
2023.
it in Portuguese.
Goodbye.
So Londrino.